It's season 7. Dun dun dun. Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of Dreaming is Possible here with Chesterfield. And yes, it's kicking off time for season 7. Yes, that's where we're at now, which is amazing. Like that we've got to season 7. It's madness, isn't it? And what a season this is going to be. We are in, not yet, just yet, because it's not been decided, but we are in the Europa League. Yes, amazingly, what a great position we finished like in the first season in the Premier League. Got a lot, to live up to now, haven't we, really? The board want expectations of us actually getting to the quarterfinals of this competition, which is absolutely mad. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, you've missed yesterday's video, go back and check that one. So some pre-season stuff. Yes, we kicked off pretty well. Yeah, it's Worksop, you know what I mean? They're the local team, aren't they? Absolutely smashed them 12-0. But yeah, it's really just about fitness, pre-season and stuff like that. So we had our pre-season in Germany, and a few games out there in Germany, did pretty well. Then our final game it was actually a home game, and we decided to bring champions Milan to the Proac Stadium, and they beat us 2-1, which we were in control of this game, and it's mainly because we switched things around. We brought players in because obviously it's against fitness, so there was obviously we changed some subs and stuff around, and that's why in the last sort of they got a penalty, then they scored again, with Daniel Maldini. Now Maldini, yes, you might know it is, yes, Paolo Maldini's son, it is that got the goal. There he is, looking a pretty decent player, actually, to be honest. What's he playing? More of a striker, not like his father, who was obviously a world-class defender of his time. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, then I'm obviously a bit too old, aren't I? You know what I mean? But go back and check it on Google and stuff like that. Paolo Maldini, what a defender and what a servant he was to AC Milan. But anyway, right, what have we got? We're kicking off against West Brom, newly promoted West Brom. That's who we're going to be starting things off. Home game, which is great to see. Then we face Leicester. It's going to be a tough one against Leicester as well. So not too bad, I think. As a start to the season, I think in the top 6-ish type teams. You could maybe kind of include Leicester a little bit in that nowadays. I don't know. We'll see how things go. But yeah, we'll see how things kick off in regards to the start of the season. Obviously, the team is not its full peakiness. Always the first few games, it always takes a while to get going, doesn't it? Because obviously fitness and stuff like that comes into it. Whether we'll find out who our Europa League teams and stuff are in our group stage by the end of today's video, I'm not sure, but we'll find out, won't we? Anyway, let's get into some transfers. Yes, you want to probably find out who I've managed to bring in, who's gone, stuff like that. Not a lot of things have happened, but some major things have happened. The first thing is, I just want to show you this. Just pop it up here somewhere. Yeah, I was offered an interview by Chelsea to go and replace Diego Simeone, but I decided against it. Chelsea, not for me. I would have probably ended up trying to get them relegated, really, But anyway, right, transfers. So, like I say, I've not really done a great deal, in the transfers. Selling-wise, yes, as you can see over here, we've made quite a bit of money on the selling. Tim Woods, unfortunately, some of these sales were overwritten by the board. Tim Woods has gone to Arsenal for 45 million. I tried to convince Tim to stay, offered him a new contract and stuff. No, he was quite happy. I mean, Arsenal are in the Champions League. I think that was the draw, to get to him. He's also got sort of a compatriot there in Harry Sutton. We know he's already at Arsenal, so the two Americans will obviously do well in sort of in the locker room and stuff like that. The big news is Anthony Spirou has left, but not only has he left, it's a massive sale, 60 million. But yeah, then there's quite a few that are out on loan, and then the other big one is the captain has gone. Levi Sutton has left to go to Everton, and again, this was nothing to do with me. This was a board overwritten thing because he was valued at 23 million. 27 million, I should say. 27 million is what he's valued. He was at. Everton came in with a huge bid of 46 million, and the board just went, "Yep, we'll have some of that." And I'm like, "No." Tried to convince Levi to stay, but this is our problem. We've got lots of money. Yeah, we've got a hell of a lot of money, but because of the stature of the club, we can't necessarily attract big players to the club, but also trying to keep some of our players. Now, I thought Levi might have stayed. You know, he's been with the club a while, hasn't he? And he's the club captain, but maybe it was just pastures new, wanted to move on and stuff like that. So to replace him, basically, I brought in Christopher Nkunku. That's who I brought in from Stuttgart. And the reason I got him for 15.5 million, that was his release clause. And I thought, oh, brilliant. You know what I mean? This is him. He's 27 years of age and looking pretty good at 15.5 million release scores. The other players that came in, I think you kind of like maybe not knew about Ollie Harwood. He was just like a free released from like Liverpool. He was like one of the 18-year-olds, but I think he's got a bit of potential. He's definitely quick, you know what I mean? So we'll see how he progresses. Obviously in our under 18s and stuff. He's not going to necessarily appear like obviously in the first team, but it looks all right. And we knew about Bisfort Arifi. Now Arifi was a player that one of the scouts spotted at Robotniki, I think, which is out in Macedonia. Yeah, that's where he's from, and brought him in as a primarily to replace, not directly to replace Tisserand, but Tisserand is now 32 years of age, and I've just brought him in because he was like, great value at the price. What did we get him at? 1.5 million, and I just think, yeah, and he's done all right in pre-season, to be honest, as well. He's looking actually a decent signing. So yeah, the only other players that have sort of gone, Khalid, Page, I mean, these are going to be like I say, these are just sort of like under 18s, kind of players that you probably wouldn't have known. He's gone for like 20,000 to Villa. Shelby Johnson, 6.5 million to Stoke. He's gone as well. So we've, like I say, money wise, we've got absolutely shed loads. Where is it? 148 million we have got, which is absolutely crazy, but I can't spend it. I mean, the transfer window has now closed. There was literally, I could have brought some players in, but they were wanting silly wages. Now, we could have afforded the silly wages, but then it absolutely messes up everything else, because all the other players would then want massive pay rate rises. I need to get established. I think we need to establish ourselves as a team that can get into Europe. We need to maybe win one of the domestic trophy, make it so that we're an attractive proposition for players to come to the club, because right now all we are is a team that has just played once in the Premier League one season, and we got to an FA Cup final, which was great. We got to a Carabao Cup final, which is great. Didn't win either of them though. That's the thing. If we'd have won maybe both of them, maybe we would have started attracting some of the bigger names, that are in the football world. But like I say, to bring them in, it wasn't really worth doing so. And I think we've got some decent players. I've got a couple of players that have come back from loan that are looking all right. So having integrated them into the squad and stuff like that. And because obviously being in the Premier League, you can only have 25 players anyway. So it's a little bit sort of, hopefully I've got it right, and we'll move forward. But let's kick things off, because obviously this video is a little bit longer, because obviously talking about finances and transfers and all that sort of stuff. So I want to get things going for you guys. And let's kick things off with a game against West Brom. Okay, well, I'm leaving. You can just see behind. I'm leaving everything on the 3D thing, because I only got one response to it, and it was from JB3 that got in touch and said he prefers to see it in the 3D. No one else really commented regarding the 2D or the 3D, so it's going to stay in the 3D until you guys start commenting differently. So there we go. As you can see, West Brom have gone really, really defensive. 5-4-1. You know what I mean? And he's very isolated. Maric right up there, isn't he? They are sitting very, very deep here, away from home. I suppose it's what they would probably want to try and get a point. They don't want to lose their first game in the season. They've only literally got promoted. So yeah, I can understand to a degree why they've gone like that. We've got to now try and break through that, that barrier and that wall that they've put up there, and see if we can obviously get some goals and win this game. Right, Timo Horn is in goal. We got Cruz, Arifi. Yeah, I'm going to actually give him a game. Tisserand, Ollie Clay are there. Drea is now the club captain, because Levi Sutton has in fact departed. Ben Clay, who is actually the vice captain. So I've made these two our captains for the club. We got Keena, who, if you remember, we did sign at the beginning of last season, but it was one of those signings where we could only sign him if Watford still had him on loan for the season, so we didn't get to use him. They did have him on loan. He helped in their promotion. So and now we get to obviously have a look at him in obviously Chesterfield colours. We got Watkins and we got Neto out there. The reason that just in case you're wondering, Patrick Garber, you've been away on international sort of like under 20s tournament and stuff like that for the United States. So you've come back a little bit unfit, so that's why you're on the bench rather than actually starting. And then we've got Charlie Lawrence, who is going to be up top. Right then, let's see how we do in our first game in our second stint in the Premier League. The other thing that I will get to after we finish this game is obviously we've got a new assistant manager. He is a player. He's a staff member that was the under 23s assistant manager, and basically what's happened is I've promoted him to be our assistant manager. So I'll talk a little bit more about him obviously after this game in between the two matches. As here is Keener, and he's surging forward and finds Neto. Pedro Neto now surging into the box. Good chance, hits the post. Man, we just weren't quick enough to like, you know, stab a foot out and like put that one in. But it was a nice little bit of like play there from Keener and Neto, the two Portuguese. We got quite, like I say, we got quite a good Portuguese contingent. We've gone down the sort of Wolves route, like I said that like last season. Ollie Clay now with this throw, and Keener plays this one into the box. Charlie Lawrence is there, but yeah, he tried to catch out Gunn there at the near post, but he just didn't get enough power behind it. So as you can just see here with the stats, early stages, yeah, we're really in control of this game. Like, unfortunately, we've not scored yet. They've not even had a chance, but like I say, they're sitting very defensive. Felipe Cruz has picked up a bit of a knock there, so we're going to have to like maybe see if we can see this one out. Here is Keener again, goes for it, and there we go. He gets his first goal for us, and his first goal, you know what I mean, for himself, like, you know, in Chesterfield colours. What a strike that is from Domingos Keener. Yeah, I was like really looking forward to seeing him, because like obviously we didn't get to see him like last season because he was still out on loan at Watford. But look at this, surges forward and smashes that one right in the top corner, and that's a great start for these Chesterfield fans. So we've come to half-time, and I am going to make that change, but I'm really impressed with this. 10 shots on target out of the 12. That is fantastic. West Brom only getting the one, but like I say, they've come into this like very defensive. Probably going to have to come out a little bit now, because obviously they are chasing, I should say, that one goal that we've already scored. So yeah, I think we need to take Felipe Cruz off because of that injury as well. So what I've done is Ollie Clay has switched over. He's come over to this right-hand side. It's great that he can play both sides. That is really good. And Harry Marsden is the player that's going to come on to replace Felipe Cruz, and hopefully he's not going to be out for too long. So let's see if we can sort things out in the second half. And it looks like we've got ourselves a free kick as Ben Clay steps over this one. Going to just like launch this one into the box. There's a chance it's come back to Watkins, and I'm not even sure how. I think it just hit one of our players, and I'm not even sure who it was, and it just went past the post. There's a chance here now for West Brom. And like I said, they're going to push out. Nicely played there from Watkins as he heads it back to Timo Horn, and we can now get a breakaway as Tisserand finds Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins surging forward now, really going at this. Oh, man, if that had gone in, that would have been a great goal. Really good intentions there from Ollie Watkins. He had a great season last season. I'm hoping again to continue that and have another great season for us. Well, as you can see with the stats and stuff, absolutely smashing West Brom, but it's still only 1-0. I mean, like I say, they are sitting very, very deep with this defensive line. We just can't break through it as often as we'd like. There's a chance here for Charlie Lawrence, though. Comes back here to Dreyer. He just lays it back. Arifi now. Great ball out here to Ollie Clay. Finds Neto. Back to Clay. Can he pick anyone out in the box? Gone for the far stick. And has it gone in? Watkins is there. Oh, no, it's an own goal. It's actually gone in as a William own goal there. I think Watkins putting him under pressure. I think they're going to be I think this is just a replay. It's not a check. But Ollie Clay initially gets it back from Neto. Puts this in for that far stick. Watkins is coming in and just trying to defend it, and he's ended up heading it into his own goal, and that is putting us at 2-0 now. Oh, and Ollie Clay has now picked up a bruised shin. No point in taking him off for that, but it's a little bit bad that our fullbacks are getting injured. But Keener is now just surging forward, finds Charlie Lawrence, gets it back from him. Keener is now, can he pull it across to Charlie Lawrence? No, he's gone himself and he's hit the post. All he had to do was either put it in the net or just lay it across to Charlie Lawrence. He went for it by himself. You know, he was trying to get his second goal, and a little bit sort of selfish there. But we should be 3-0 up right now. That was a glorious opportunity. Chance here now is Ollie Clay pushing forward with that bruised shin, and decides, wow, okay, I'll shoot with my left rather than my right, who's got a bruised shin, and just past the post. So we go into injury time now here, and like I say, it looks like all 3 points are in the bag, and yes, they are. 35 shots, wow, okay, 18 on target. We really went for it, like, you know, but like, well done. You got to say well done to West Brom that they only conceded 2. Their intentions was literally to get a 0-0 from this, I think. You know what I mean? That's what they were like set up for. Wasn't to be for them. We've got ourselves 3 points, and we've got ourselves a clean sheet as well. So just going to check on the injuries. We've got Ollie Clay that picked up that shin injury. He's only out for 1 to 3 days, and the same goes for Felipe Cruz with that knee injury. It's only a bruised knee, so that's lucky, isn't it, that we managed to sort that out. And it's just saying Keena scoring obviously on his debut, which is great to see. I just want to show you our new assistant manager. So here is our new assistant manager, Fabio Pisacane, I think how you'd say it. Probably not, but he was our under 23s assistant manager. Don't worry, he can speak English fluently as well, so that is good, because obviously our communication would be pretty bad otherwise, wouldn't it? My Italian is 0 basically, but yeah, this is him, and hopefully he does just as good a job as what Glyn Snowden did, who obviously has now retired, but we'll see how he gets on. So Leicester, that's who we face. Had a bit of a struggle last season, didn't they? Like, you know what I mean, they were like down in like the relegation for so long, but they managed to obviously turn things around with their new manager and everything like that. But yeah, this is they're going with the 4-2-3-1. We're away, so we're going with our more defensive, like, you know, the custom tiki-taka formation where we sit like with the sort of like 3 centre backs. So we've got Arifi, which I think he's doing all right. He's a pretty decent centre back. I'm quite happy with him. Bednarak, and then Tisserand with Timo Horn in goal, obviously. Cruz and Ollie Clay just got back from their like knocks, you know what I mean? So they're fine to right, okay. We're gonna have like Keena, because Keena just played really well in that first game, didn't he? Eric Van Hiltz. Now you're probably wondering who this guy is. He's been with the club for a while, but he's been out on loan. Last season he was at loan at Feyenoord. He's been around, like, you know, he is Dutch, and that's where he was like out and doing all those sort of like, you know, loan spells and stuff like that. Just give you an overview of what he looks like. I just thought I'd promote him to like the first team. He's 22 years of age now. I think he's got really good potential as well, and I think if you give him more game time, he'll produce to become, or should I say, that's not the right word, but he should fulfill his potential and become, like, you know, a really class, like, sort of centre midfielder. I was going to play Nkunku, as you can just see there, but I just thought, no, we'll give Eric Van Hiltz a game for this one. Well, you'll get to see Nkunku in you know, other episodes, I'm afraid. Luke Dreyer is also alongside him as the captain's armband. Verskogen and Lawrence are going to be the 2 guys up top. We've got the option to, like, obviously change things around with having the likes of Garber, Watkins, Appleby on the bench. We can obviously bring on, you know, like wingers and stuff like that and go back to our 4-2-3-1, depending on how the result goes in this game. Let's see now. Leicester lost their first game, their opening game of the season. They lost 1-0, so they'll be looking to, like, bounce back here with a result against us at their home ground. But we want to try and stop that. Here we go. So just to let you know, if you look in the league table, Liverpool are not going to be starting with being unbeaten this season. They have actually lost a game, and funny enough, it's to actually Manchester United. Yes, they lost to Manchester United, so that was a big rivalry. Like, and you can see Liverpool are below us. So yeah, not having the best of season so far. Obviously, last season was incredible for them, wasn't it? They were winning everything. So it looks like the rest of the Premier League has caught up with them and bought some players in and stuff like that. And I'll go through some of those transfers in other episodes to give you an idea. And there's a great goal there from Charlie Lawrence. What a header that is for his first goal of the season. Great ball in from Ollie Clay, and he just bullet headers that one straight in the goal. It was just awesome, this, as you can see. Dreyer just lays this out. Van Hilt's great ball out here to Ollie Clay, and Ollie Clay just picks out Charlie. Bang, watch this. Oh, no, just superb header. What, just guided it superbly, and goalkeeper didn't even move. But like I say, I'll talk about other transfers around, like, Europe and stuff like that, and in other episodes, and that's, guys, because obviously, like, you know, I don't want the episode going on too long today, so I'll show you that in another episode. But we're getting into half time here. We're leading by 1-0 and looking all right. Yeah, possession wise, with that tiki-taka kind of formation, we're going to be keeping hold of the possession quite a lot. We've had, you know, numerous shots. Unfortunately, only 2 of them on target, but hey, you know what I mean, we're leading by 1-0. Can't grumble too much. So we've got a corner ball here as In fact, it's actually Leicester because it's the blue. I'm used to us playing in blue, you see. So it's actually a corner for Leicester, and Barnes is there, and it's got a bit of a deflection, and it's actually De Vrij, the centre back, that's actually going to put that one in. It got like sort of a little bit of a deflection, but hold on, there's a VAR looking at this situation. I think it's actually. Is he offside? Yes. So it's been ruled out. So there we go. Stefan De Vrij did put it in, but it's actually been ruled out by VAR. They had a couple of players there that were offside. Well done to VAR. And he sort of drops back a bit. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll change that. It's a little bit sort of skewed, but I think we'll be fine. Yeah, I'm not sure, but we'll see on that one. And I think we'll give Ahobi a run out. He's been out injured, so we're going to give him a run out and see if we get his fitness levels up. So I'm hoping that by doing that, we're not going to let Leicester back into this game because we're only still leading by a 1-0. But it looks like we're going to be all right as it goes into injury time. Yeah, there we go, 1-0. Yeah, not the most exciting one this game, but particularly, but yeah, at the end of the day, they only got one shot on target after their 9 attempts, but we weren't as good either because we only got 2 out of 10. So yeah, it wasn't really good in front of goal today, was it? But it was luckily for us that VAR came to our rescue, and we managed to get 3 points. So there we go, 2 games in, and this is what the league table looks like, and we are sitting quite nicely in third, aren't we? Yes, it would be nice if that's where we finished at the end of the season. Weird to see Liverpool down here, considering what they were like last season, but it's early doors. 2 games in, it doesn't mean anything. This really does not mean anything at all, like, does it? But there we go, guys. Sorry, it's obviously a little bit longer. They always are, like, in the beginning of the season and stuff like that. But tune in again tomorrow. We have not found out who, unless there's going to be something here that says anything. No, nothing about it, but we've not found out who we're going to be facing in the group stages at the moment. It's still in the qualifying preliminary sort of stages, but hopefully for the next episode, that is what I'm going to be doing. Our first game in the Europa League, that is what I want to be doing in our next episode, probably with the game against Newcastle as well, maybe Southampton, we'll see. There's going to be a Carabao Cup thrown in here somewhere as well. Oh, there it is. I've just seen it there. It's actually a bit further down, so it's the third round that we're coming in at the Carabao Cup stage, so that's not too bad actually, to be honest. But yeah, we'll have Europa League first game. Tune in tomorrow to see how we do in Europe. Yeah, Chesterfield, get we're off Warriors into Europe. Hooray, there we go, and see how we do. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I'll keep Robertson all day if I don't stop it now, and yeah, one of those would be appreciated. If you're new, please, thank you, and so much for joining me. But why not hit the subscribe button so you don't miss another one, and I'll catch you next time. Dave from Mumongu Gaming signing off. Cheers.